Oh, hey, I'm Jared DeWeese. I'm the Clean Energy Press Advisor here at Third Way.
And I'm Josh Freed, Vice President for Clean Energy. In 2018, climate and clean energy were in the news a lot, from President Trump's denial of climate change and ill-fated efforts to try to save coal, to exciting and diverse new voices in Congress rallying for change.
To recap this roller coaster of a year, we decided to count down the top 10 climate and energy takes of the entire year. Come on in and meet our team.
In August, the Trump administration proposed a replacement to the Clean Power Plan. They called it the Affordable Clean Energy Rule, which coincidentally is neither affordable nor clean. We found that while the proposal aims to prop up the coal industry, it actually kills one person prematurely for every 3 coal mining jobs saved. Yes, kill.
In October, Third Way, AFL-CIO, and Council on Competitiveness, an unlikely group of allies, joined together on a report about the need to reduce energy waste and emissions in the industrial sector. Now, industries aren't always front and center in climate conversations, but they really should be. It's a large and growing source of emissions, and we aren't going to meet our targets without addressing them. The other thing is, taking action to improve industry, their energy use and efficiency can actually be really good for the economy and the workforce.
Advanced nuclear is a promising new technology in the fight against climate change. In 2015, we released a map showing 48 advanced nuclear projects being pursued by companies, universities, and national labs across the US with the help of an astonishing $1.3 billion in private capital. In 3 short years, there's been an enormous 60% increase in these types of projects, now totaling 75 advanced nuclear projects underway in North America. That's big news for the industry, but even better news for the climate.
Believe it or not, in September, Congress passed bipartisan legislation, the Nuclear Energy Innovation Capabilities Act. Under this new law, national labs will be better equipped to support private sector advanced nuclear projects, like the ones we just mentioned. With this policy, the United States is reaffirming its commitment to lead in nuclear innovation to help address climate change and meet growing global energy demand.
As the Trump administration continues to shirk its duty, states have the opportunity to provide climate leadership. In a joint paper published in June with the Breakthrough Institute, we found that a technology-inclusive clean energy standard would allow states to set more ambitious targets for carbon-free power, create a backstop against any future growth of dirty fossil fuels, and expand political support to achieve emissions goals more rapidly.
In September, under the leadership of outgoing Governor Jerry Brown, California became part of a trend among states committing to 100% carbon-free electricity. California's SB 100 calls for zero carbon electricity by 2045. Ryan and Lindsay Walter wrote about how this legislation provides a roadmap for other states and has the opportunity to reach far beyond the power sector.
What if I told you that half of the world's wind power might be taken off the grid over the next several years? That's exactly what it would look like if today's operating nuclear power plants were taken offline. Ryan wrote about this in April, and in November, the Union of Concerned Scientists released a report calling for the protection of vulnerable nuclear power plants.
2018 was a big year for the technology carbon capture and sequestration, or CCS. This promising climate solution was featured on the HBO series Vice, received support from prominent climate advocates like Bill Gates, and was boosted by a new bipartisan tax credit, 45Q, which would aid over 300 carbon capture projects in North America. Carbon capture is being recognized more and more as one of the best technologies that will help us aggressively address climate change. That was a finding in a major climate report that appears as number 2 on this countdown.
In October, the UN's Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the IPCC, put out a report that was really scary. It said that some of the worst, the most catastrophic impacts of climate change are going to begin to be felt not sometime in the distant future, within 12 years. And that's going to happen right here in the United States, not just in remote places around the world. It was a very sobering and scary report. But there were some things in it that we found, and our own Lindsay Walter wrote a really great report on this, that offered some reasons for hope. Not the least is that it was a call to action for policymakers all over the world and here at home to actually do something, to hashtag act on climate.
It was incredibly hard to decide what would take the top spot for 2018. So we chose an item that would motivate all of us well into 2019 and beyond.
That was the release of the fourth National Climate Assessment, which the Trump administration tried to bury on Black Friday.
The report outlines every facet of American life that will be impacted by climate change if we do not act now.
And despite the administration's efforts, we, along with our friends and allies, are working hard to make sure that voters and policymakers are aware of the dangerous health, human, social, and economic impacts of climate change.
We've got more products and events scheduled around this important report, so stay tuned to our website and follow us on Twitter for more.
We hope you enjoyed our 2018 Clean Energy and Climate Countdown. Check us out on the Third Way website and on Twitter at Third Way Energy to see what we're up to in 2019 as we continue the fight for the United States to have a 100% clean energy future. Thanks so much for watching.